So welcome to a review of this Bosch compact dishwasher. The dimensions for it are 55 centimeters wide, 50 centimeters deep, and 45 centimeters high. So this will fit on any worktop successfully. The connections you need a cold standard hose like you do with a washing machine. You need a place to drain it, but you can drain it anywhere you want because it doesn't need to be raised or anything. So you can either put it in the sink next to you, but actually the hose on it is fairly wide on it, so you can actually fit to an under sink spigot, which I have done. So like under here, so it fits that spigot there. So you don't need to put it onto the sink. If you've got a proper setup, then you can do it like a normal regular dishwasher. We've also set this up with the hot fill, although there's no actual hot setting, just with this machine. It is in a menu somewhere, but not on this machine. Maybe because of how old this machine is. So this is going to refer to the old Bosch Excell, which this is, / Serie 4, because I'm pretty sure there's no difference between the two after looking at both the manuals. There isn't, and they both take the same amount of time for each program. So what we'll do, I'll turn it on here and just quickly run through the programs. The display will flash if it's not in program, so this is how we know we're not in program. As soon as press start though, the display will go solid. So we've got intensive 70 degrees for heavily soiled pots and pans. Auto daily 65, 45 to 65. It's 2.5 hours. This is quite a special program, so the whole length of it's 2.5 hours regardless. But what it might do, say, is that it's supposed to do a pre-rinse followed by a pre-wash, but if it's not dirty enough, it won't do the pre-rinse. Instead, what it'll do pre-rinse for 15 minutes and then not drain the water and just continue washing instead and release the tablet. Another thing it'll do as well, also depending on the dirt, will vary depending between 45 up to 65 degrees, depending on how dirty the water is. And it uses a UV light to see how dirty the water is. Then we've got Eco 50 degrees. This is the standard program to give its energy rating of A, whatever it is. And will take 2 hours 40. Uses the least amount of water and obviously the least amount of energy too, since it only heats to 50. And it's for normal soiled pots and pans. Delicate 40 is more for your glassware / a light soil wash. So it only heats to 40 degrees on the wash. It will still heat to 50 odd on the final hot rinse for the rinse aid to make it work. And we've got quick 45 degree cycle. So this will do a wash at 45 degrees, a hot rinse at 60 degrees roughly, and then that's it. There's no drying on it, and there's no pre-rinse, there's no rinses in between or anything. It really is made just for sort of washing sort of mugs and plates with hardly any food on it whatsoever. The problem is with it is because it doesn't get very hot, the enzymes don't, and because it's not a very long wash, the enzymes don't really work that fast, and over time can end up causing more damage to you. I say damage, more problems for your machine than what it saves in water and energy. Pre-rinse will just use cold water rinse to wash off excess residues. It's good if you're packing up the dishwasher over several days. So the idea is that after day 1 and it's still not full, put it on pre-rinse. After day 2, it's still not full, put it on pre-rinse. Day 3, not full, put it on pre-rinse. And it stops the food going solid onto the pots and pans. So therefore, it's not as hard to get off when it actually comes to actually wash the pots and pans in the dishwasher. Right. These are all, there's no programs there. You've got 2 options. You've got Hygiene X Extra, which will increase the final hot rinse to around 70 degrees and hold it long enough to kill 99% of all bacteria and viruses. Various speed will cut down the amount of time it takes to wash a load by increasing the amount of water it uses, and therefore also uses more energy too. Variable speed can be used on intensive, auto daily, eco, and delicate. And then finally we have got a start delay in hours, which goes up to 24 hours. Right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to open it up. I'm going to come over here. So this is our detergent compartment. It's marked out for powder. It's just a standard compartment on any normal dishwasher. So, but you just need to put a tablet in there. And then we've got our rinse aid. It's just weird because that's supposed to have yellow rinse aid and it's a bit slimy. Take a look at our rack here. We've got these for holding glasses, but they don't. Not really. This is our cutlery basket, which also can be moved along on this back rack here to anywhere you want it. So you can fit your cutlery around the stuff that's already inside it. You can't put it anywhere else as such. Maybe there, but mostly here. That can just lift out and be put to one side if needed. Right, I've got our cap here for our salt. This is our wash blades, which can be lifted and serviced. And finally we've got this lower filter here, which occasionally might need to be cleaned. So we've got access to our drain pump and our recirculation pump. So if it's not draining, let's just sit it. It's a little bit fiddly actually. Just go in like this. Ooh. Oh, let's go in now. Cool. Right, so we've got quite a few pot plates and pans, etc. So let's actually load this up and see how much we can actually get in then. Yep. So we got in there 8 plates, a baking tray, 2 pans, 3 bowls, 5 mugs, a glass, and obviously some cutlery. I haven't managed to get everything in, but I got more in than I thought I would actually. There you go, there's what's left. There's a few glasses, a handful of mugs. Obviously the wooden stuff can't go in, but other than that, we're done pretty well there. So let's shove this on there. we're going to get ourselves a tablet, and then the tablet goes in the detergent department. We're going to turn it to intensity 70 and press start. Right, results time then. So, if you got the older model like this, I think this is about 10-year-old now actually. But if you've got Series 4, the display is no different. The only difference though is after a short time, this display will probably go out. So, that's the only difference. Anyway, let's take a look then at what we've got. We've got a nice clean glass. Odd one streak. I think this might need more rinse aid going through it. It is already pre-set up to have a very low amount of rinse aid. Let's take a look at the pan. Yep. Yeah, we do need ever so slightly more rinse aid. I think we just need to adjust it by 1 on the scale. This should be completely dry when it comes out. We've got just ever so slight residue, but this fine. It's more so just doing me. And this pan's immaculate too. Obviously, the tops of the mugs are still going to be wet, but then you would do on a normal size dishwasher. There's only one little gripe I'm going to find in a minute, and it's because it doesn't have a spray on at the top at all. There's no sprayer like you would do on a traditional full-size or slimline dishwasher, and that's because you haven't got a second rack. So this dirt has landed on top of the mug, but I was going to just push that off because that mug will also be sanitised because we obviously washed at 70. But other than that, the actual dirt is gone. I mean, look at this baking tray. Okay, there's a slight spot there where it's missed, but... and that's grease, right at the bottom down here. Still usable though. Then we've got our plates, which I can guarantee you will be flawlessly cleaned. That's like dry, but like it's kind of like where it's been, because the spray stops. It might have been that hasn't been filtered out and it's just sat on it. Yeah, it's like here, right there. And then we'll take a look at the clutter in a minute. The bowls. Wow. And no cluttery. Apart from one spoon, it looks like everything else is fine. Right, so what's the final score for this then? Slightly disappointed on the washing results. You see, if I have any other Bosch dishwasher or Siemens dishwasher, it seems to wash flawlessly on, say, like a normal or a intensive. This is what I'm talking about. I'm talking about the full-size dishwashers, of course. But on this, it's ever so slightly not quite that flawless. So it's going to get 8 out of 10. It does a lot better job than other compact dishwashers I've had, but just for this reason, it just doesn't wash as well. Just to also say other things about it, this is a 6-place dishwasher, but realistically, like 4 places is more. You can fit 6 places, like 6 bowls, 6 big plates, 6 side plates, 6 mugs, 6 sets of cluttery. You can. It just doesn't feel like it sometimes. But when it comes to like pans, then you're going to take up things. Then again, to take 2 pans up in it, as well as all the plates dead and all that, and then wash immaculately, it was a big ask. No, for me, I love it because it's only me that uses it. And it keeps the kitchen clean and tidy and free of like bowls sitting at the side. And it saves me time because I don't have to wash up every single day or every other day or at all. Very rarely have to wash up because I've only got a few wooden items that I occasionally need to wash. Obviously, they can't go in the dishwasher, so there we go. Right, thanks for watching this review. Don't forget to like and comment and subscribe, and I'll see you again soon.